So there I was. I came around the bend in the trail, and I looked up, and there was this huge grizzly bear on all fours right in front of me, not just 10 feet away, and I saw these two little baby cub bears behind it. And I saw the bear saw me, it raised up on its hind legs and it was towering over me. I thought I was looking up at a skyscraper, and it let out this huge roar, and I could feel its hot breath on my face. And the only thing, oh wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have some important news coming in over the teletype. Ah, yes. Well, I'm going to have to finish that story later on. This is much more important. From newsmaxhealth.com, adults eating less fruit, fewer veggies. Well, I mean, that's not good. All right, we got another important news break. Many Americans don't know they're fat. A Harris Interactive Health Day survey asked participants to provide their height and weight, and posters calculated their body mass index. Now get this. The people were then asked which category they fell into. 30% who were actually in the overweight category thought their weight was normal. 70% who were obese believed they were simply overweight. And 39% of the morbidly obese people in this survey classified themselves as merely being overweight. Now here's another one. Are your pants lying to you? An investigation from Esquire magazine. Now get this, this guy, they found out that there's such a thing as vanity sizing going on. Alright? He found that this one brand of pants that claimed they were 36-inch waist was actually 38.5 inches when you actually measured it. Calvin Klein Dylan pants, it was the same situation. Alright, and then Dockers also had a pair of 36 inches that were 39.5 inches. Old Navy, a size 34, said the label said they were size 34. The actual measurement was 5 inches larger. So, I mean, what's going on, guys? I mean, men with larger waists, studies have shown you're twice at risk of death compared to people with smaller waists. Now here's another one I love. Freeze, zap, bye-bye fat. This is from the Wall Street Journal. Now everybody knows about liposuction of fat, and now you can freeze the fat cells, causing them to self-destruct over several months. Then there's a laser, there's a fancy laser that rotates around your body, and it zaps the fat cells, and it forces them to empty their contents in a matter of weeks. And it says the fat is reabsorbed by the body. Ding, 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 ding. Reabsorbed by the body. Where do you think fat's being reabsorbed? Into other parts of the body. Jesus Christ. Come on, guys. First of all, vegetables. You need those to help balance out your insulin levels and provide good quality energy. You know, is this insanity ever going to stop? I mean, I can just envision our future as a society of blubberized human beings going around from our cars to little motorized scooters because we're too fat to walk. How could this happen? After all, since the 1980s, there's been a fat awakening propaganda campaign by the food giants with their advertising of fat-free products. We should all be losing weight, right? Wrong. Because all they've done is added more sugar and or white flour in some shape, form, or fashion. And then, since our minds see fat-free, we tend to eat more of the stuff. Think about this. The United States has had a food abundance at least since the 1900s. We've been the breadbasket of the world for over 100 years. Now, we're not anymore because some things have changed, but generally we can say that we've been the breadbasket of the world for a long time. However, nationwide obesity is a relatively recent phenomenon. Why? Well, think about how people ate 100 years ago. what did they eat? Processed and packaged foods really weren't around. The food giants hadn't yet figured out how to add chemicals to make them last longer and taste better. And as a result, people ate more natural foods than they do now in their natural state. They also didn't have McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, and all the other umpteen million fast food joints we see on every street corner. And from my perspective as a healthcare professional, I see the direct impact from obesity being manifested in the hospital every day. When I handle the medication orders for new admissions and see how sick they are, the laundry list of medications are on, and then I look at their height and weight, it makes me want to go up to their room and scream, what the hell were you thinking all those years stuffing your pie hole with all that crap? Obesity-related problems contribute directly to the skyrocketing cost of healthcare. Healthcare that you are now going to be paying for through the nose of this bill passed by Obama. Now, don't flame me for what I'm about to advocate. Flame a 97-year-old fitness guru by the name of Jack LaLanne, because he's the one I heard it from. If you don't know who he is, look him up on Wikipedia. That's L-A-L-A-N-N-E. Anyway, you see, Mr. LaLanne is a self-professed patriot, a true patriot in my book. He started the very first daytime TV exercise show, and I can still remember watching it as a child. On all his shows, he displayed an American flag, which is what I'd personally like to see more of myself these days. Anyway, Mr. LaLanne once said that it was our duty as an American citizen to stay physically fit because we have the privilege of living in the greatest country that's ever existed on the planet, and I happen to agree with him. Although nowadays things aren't looking quite as cheery. And really, when you think about it, he's got a point. How long do you think we can remain the greatest country with the most liberties and freedoms that's ever existed in the history of mankind if we all become fat slobs? Not long. No empire has lasted forever. And I always like to use the Roman Empire as an example. You know, scholars can argue all they like about the reason or reasons behind its demise, but there's no disputing the fact that their society had degenerated into gluttony. They became soft and weak. Sound familiar? My God, even our president's wife has acknowledged the obesity problem in our children and has publicly spoken out about it. Personally, I wish she'd raise the issue about adult obesity as well, but I guess she figured that's just a lost cause. One other point I'd like you to think about regarding being overweight. I don't care who says otherwise. It's not healthy being overweight. If I hear another person who's overweight say, but the doctor told me I'm healthy, I'm going to scream. Think about it. Let's say you're a minimum 20 to 30 pounds overweight. Is someone going to sit across from me and look me in the eye and try to convince me that you would not be better off physically if you're 20 to 30 pounds lighter? That would require the willing suspension of disbelief. Also, there's a big difference between being in your 20s or 30s and being overweight and being in your 40s, 50s, and 60s and being overweight. A person can get away with a lot of abuse of their body at a younger age, but it eventually catches up to them. Because after about the age of 30, shedding those pounds becomes a lot more difficult. So it's best just to get rid of the fat when you're younger and keep it off. So no, if you're 20 to 30 pounds overweight, you are not healthy, okay? You're lugging around excess baggage. And you're eventually going to cost us taxpayers money as your hypertension, diabetes, and degenerative arthritis starts to kick in. Why should I have to pay for your total disregard for your health? So, won't you join me in celebrating living a clean and healthy lifestyle? Send me your success stories and before and after pictures. Now, excuse me while I enjoy the shot of freshly squeezed wheatgrass.